So this example PHP script allows the form data to be processed and then written to the database. This script didn't work earlier. I was trying it in my Opera web browser, and it wasn't going into this if statement here. So this bit here wasn't working. I tried refreshing the browser, doing a forced refresh, like holding the Shift key or the Control key down or the Alt key and pressing F5. Nothing seemed to work. Then I tried to delete all the cache and the browser history. That didn't seem to work either. So then I opened the localhost in Google Canary, which is my other browser, and the if statement here worked. So I don't know really what was going on there, whether it was just my browser was completely clogged up, I don't know. But it's worth trying different browsers sometimes to solve the problem. So what this does is the first part here is just a connection script. You don't need all of this. It's only just to check that your connection's working. The only bit that you really need is this connection thing here. So that's kind of needed to connect to your database. So these bits and pieces here are generally the same. So if you're using XAMPP on your local machine, these are the same. Simple data here, just as a reminder, comes from localhost. So it's the database name, simple data. This is a web form. That's just using HTML. So you'll see that the PHP script is delimited by these characters. This line here starts the PHP script. This line ends it. You can sometimes just use it like that, but it's best to put PHP in for it to work. This is the form. So you've got a paragraph tag here, got a label, and then you've got an input field. And the input field name is name. And for the other three input fields, we've got name is comments and name is rating. It's important to put those in. So if I click on name, you'll see that down here it's been mentioned a few more times. If I click on comments, it's been used here as well, and rating also. If you look at the your database in PHPAdmin, they kind of correspond to these column headers here. So you've got name, comments, rating on there. So that's the labeling for the form. So just to show you again what the form looks like. So it looks like that. So that's the labeling for the form. Now this is HTML, but as soon as you start this line here, it starts to go back into PHP again. So this is where we're using an if statement, and it uses an is set function, and what it does is it checks to see if the submit button's been pressed. When you click the submit button here, it loads up. It tells it does something. What it does is it uses this method here called post. Okay, and we've got here $_post, which kind of ties in with this. So when you click the submit button, it activates the method post and calls into action here form.php. There's other ways of writing this, but form.php is the name of the file. So if you look up here, you've got form.php is the name of the file. So basically it's asking the file to run itself. So when you click submit, it runs this file. When it runs this file, it finds this script. It then finds that the $post submit is true. Okay, so that is true, so it's real. And then it will activate these bits down here. So it will assign whatever you put in the name input field and store it as $name. Whatever you put in the comments input field and store it as comments, and rating will store as rating. So once you've got the form data and storing it as a PHP variable, you can then pass the PHP variable onto the database by using a MySQLi query. Okay, so you put the connection in first, which is from this bit at the top, and then you use a SQL command, which is insert into feedback name, comments, rating. So that is name, comments, rating. Okay, so that's on the PHPMyAdmin. The values $name, which is from here, $comments, and $rating. So that will put the data into PHPMyAdmin into there. So if you try that, I'm going to use Google Canary. Just refresh that. So if I put in, say, my name, and then click on submit. When I go to start.php, refresh it, it's added me in there again, so I've got myself in there. If I go to PHPMyAdmin, if I refresh the browser window, you see how it's added it as a record in here as well. Okay, so it's now added my comment from the form into the database. Okay, so you can also write PHP scripts to display the data, or you can just go into your database and see it in here, or you can export and download the data if you need to. So that's just really about what we were doing earlier. Thank you.